babes.
What
I'm
up?
bulletproof, nothing to lose.
Fire away, fire away.
Welcome to the Thursday show, Rest Patterson Revolution. Grab your lollipops, lick your hands. We're gonna take you on a journey. That's for you, Greta Thunberg. Tonight's your nights.
Oh, that's right. Are you so excited?
Shit. That's how excited I am about tonight, James. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Thunberg.
Is it Thunberg? I think it is Thunberg.
Is it a soft H?
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's like
H?
Isn't she Swedish?
I'm pronouncing it like Mike Tyson.
Oh.
No, it's still Thunberg. With a lisp, it's still Thunberg.
Right.
Thunberg. I don't know why I thought it was a soft H with a lisp.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I need to go back to lisping school, you know?
Yeah.
She's going to teach us how to save the world tonight and save ourselves and, just right from the bow of a Viking ship.
Happy to hear it.
That's where she lives her life tonight. 8 p.m. I posted something on Facebook today that I'm looking just to lose like half of my followers, like just all together. On Facebook, because it doesn't matter anymore.
That's a fun thing.
Who cares? I just said, look, if there was a college football game today with 100,000 people in this stadium, I would be there tonight without a mask on, drinking flask with strangers, mouth to mouth, hugging people, hugging random dirt bags in the stand, and then more than likely eating some nachos that have been sitting underneath my chair for 2+ quarters at some point, and not giving a fuck about life. And then Greta Thunberg is going to come on tonight and tell me what's going on with the coronavirus. She's gotten, and CNN has gotten a lot of backlash from everyone across the board of like, hey man, this is pretty tone deaf to have this fucking 16-year-old girl. Yeah.
People are talking shit.
And so she had to release a statement this morning, right before we came on air, that said, they're not having me on as an expert, air quotes, about the coronavirus.
Got it.
Why are they having me on?
For emotion and passion.
There's a lot of people you could have on for that.
Like who?
Oh, come on. Get Streisand out there. You want emotion and passion? Does anyone emote it more than Streisand?
How about Streisand and Midler?
Ooh.
That's the new Martin Short and Steve.
Don't lump in Steve Martin with Martin Short. Don't do it. Don't you fucking
They
do it,
do a
Jade.
show together.
I understand, but it's, sometimes you got to help the other person
Martin Short is a
rise up.
national treasure. And
Millie was way better than Vanilli, but,
sure.
you had to
Girl,
compensate.
you know it's. Girl, you know it's. Girl, you know it's.
Steve Martin's an amazing human being. Like one of the most talented dudes on the planet. In real life, he's quiet as fuck and seems virtually creepy. Wears probably size 14 shoes, but that's besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
He's immensely talented, and Martin Short is really great at playing a baby.
Put some respect on his name. That's Clifford we're talking about here.
Really great at playing a baby. Every day we start the show, there is fucking 5,000 sirens here. Like it's
an up-and-coming neighborhood.
It is absolutely crazy. So we're in this place called the Cargo District, and it's nice.
Soup's cool for 2 blocks.
And then 5 blocks over is fucking New Jack City.
Sure.
But the hilarious part is there's like a gigantic hipster bar where they're building fucking shit all day there. And for whatever reason, we hear 9,000 sirens of people being either burnt, stabbed, or shot. Who knows?
Yeah, well, it's crazy times,
Is it? I don't think it is. I really don't. I don't think it's that fucking crazy.
You don't?
To be honest with you. I think it's crazy the way everybody's acting, but I don't think, it's crazy out there. Like,
right.
Oh, shit. 9/11 to me was crazy. Where I was like, fuck, man, we're under attack by terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
This is just, we're under attack by a really bad flu from China, which no one wants to talk about.
But
I said that in my Instagram post too, or my Facebook post today too about Greta Thunberg. I go, watch how many times. Just watch this. I'm going to watch this tonight. There's nothing else on, and I'm going to watch it tonight. But why are we on that wide right now?
My camera's
it's
out.
all right. Get it out of there. Move out of that. Just put it on a half box. Boy. What happened to the camera?
Yeah.
My God, man. It's all gone to shit.
Yeah, we don't
Everything
know.
just keeps going out, dude. You had a fucking power outage. Like, you name
It's
it,
just
it'll
a
go wrong
sign.
here.
They're just signs. People are sending us signs. You're good.
Signs of what?
Like,
The apocalypse is definitely here.
yeah.
YouTube hates our show.
Well, it's always when you say stuff like that. Oh.
Whenever I say something super controversial, what's the O?
Yeah, whenever you say something super controversial
Uh-huh.
is when it starts going out. Like, I forget what we were talking about last time. So it's sort of, it's in the vein of shadow ban. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
Where, like, people are like Big Brother. Okay? Talk about not wanting to work for a big corporate overlord. Guess what?
Yeah.
You always will.
I guess so, man.
There's always going to be the man.
Even with this, we've been shooting every day for, 9,000 hours a day because we're here with you every single day during the quarantine.
Right.
Our cameras melted down. We bought these cameras that were fucking $80 goddamn million, and these don't work.
No, they work fine. We were fixing your light this morning.
Yep.
And that one didn't get plugged in all the way.
How the fuck is that possible?
We just talked about that a second ago.
It's fine. It's fine. You need to calm down. Seriously, it's fine. We're all good. Everything's fine. Whatever's on the show's on the show. We're good.
It is, yeah.
We're chill, like you and me. We're casual,
I'm
right?
not chill.
We're casual. It's
Nope.
like it is what it is.
No, I never have been.
Okay, well, you need to be.
Never have been.
I know. Really,
I might as well
honestly,
just Blair Witch this shit.
really, honestly, I don't know if anyone has ever said about you, like, oh, he just goes with the flow. Ever, right?
No.
Like, that is definitely not like
that-
a personality trait that you have. It's totally fine. I'm
I'll
just saying.
I'll definitely go with the flow, but they've never said that I'm super chill.
No,
Ever.
no.
Ever. And it's important to admit who you are in this life.
Yeah.
No one has ever said ever, man, Ross is super fucking chill. Usually it's like, man, that guy is a methed up fucking animal.
Yeah.
Without meth.
I think that's the most of the thing. Like, people are like, yeah, he's something, right? That's a lot of what I get. Ross, yeah, he is something.
I just
I'm
want-
just talking about like let's just say like in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He is something.
Yeah.
And it's not good or bad, right?
I know why that is, by the way. When you do like all of this shit, how do you classify any of this? Like, for real.
What do you mean?
I had this conversation with somebody where it was just like, hey, man, I'm trying to describe you. It was a pitch meeting for this TV show, right? And they were like, man, I was trying to describe you to someone. I really don't know what to say. And I was
Right.
like, how so? And they were like, well, you did like a bunch of teen movies. Then you started making like the weirdest movies on the planet that are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then you sold.
That's it.
Well, hang on. Then you sold a fuck ton of scripts, right? Then books and all of this other shit. And you were like, I remember when the fucking book hit the New York Times bestseller list, right?
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people that were like, wow, that's really? Well, fuck, man, you don't seem like the type of dude who would do that. And I was just like, yeah, weird, right? And then if you watch this show, obviously, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, man. Who knows what's going on in that guy's fucking mind? So when I meet people, I don't know what to say that I do or what they think of it.
Gosh, I don't know if that's it. But
How would you describe it?
describe what?
It's whatever you're talking about.
You're something. You're a force. You come in however you're going to come in.
Yeah. I mean, but
And
I'm a
that's
real
it.
person.
And that's it, though. Like,
I'm a
there's
real
no-
goddamn person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to hold back for no matter where I'm at or whatever's going on. It's like, here we go. We're doing this goddamn thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Whatever it is.
Right.
I don't really care. I'm here. So let's rage.
Sure.
But yeah, I think there's just so many weird things about me that it's like, what does that guy do? What's his whole fucking deal? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it sounds kind of unbelievable. You don't really know what to say, especially in like normal like neighborhood situations, right? Where it's just like everybody typically in a neighborhood's got like a 9 to 5, and they can tell you, I work for X and I do this every day. And I was just like, all right, cool. What do you do? Well, I don't know, man. I do this fucking podcast like all day. I had a Navy SEAL shave off all of his pubic hair and then blow it into a co-host's face the other day. Today we talked about Greta Thunberg on CNN, and then at night I'm writing the third in the series of romance novels for dudes that's coming out at like Thanksgiving. And I fucking sold a TV show that was like about the weirdest goddamn thing on the planet. Like, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say? What do you sum that up with? And so therefore it's kind of hard to have conversations where you're like, it's a normal conversation anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I look at all of this as pretty normal.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of people won't talk about shit. In particular, this Greta Thunberg thing. The reason why I'm watching this tonight, I just want to say how many times they mention the word China. My over-under is one. One single time. Yes. And I'll tell you why. And this is in relation to everything we're talking about. People, neighbors, life, all that shit. I think everyone is so afraid now in life, in every situation, right? School, social distancing, all that other shit, to not really talk about what's going on because they're afraid of offending people in some form or fashion. Why no one has talked about that China, that like all of this shit is coming from China is fucking insanity to me. Like pure fucking insanity to me. And I think you have all of these people in all walks of life who are either afraid to offend somebody or say what they're really thinking or do things because of what the perception might be from other people. I don't have that.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't have that where it's just like, here it is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We were somewhere like a week ago. A bunch of people just started doing shots of Fireball out of
little airplane things.
Out of airplane bottles.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, man, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Let's fire these down. I haven't
For
done
sure.
that since 98. A Fireball shot. I didn't even know that it still existed. Fireball. It was like, oh
yeah.
are you guys getting down like that? Fuck it, yeah. Why don't you throw a couple daddies away? I'll pop those down the old, down the old gullet.
Sure.
So I will go with the flow, but I'm definitely not super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking up right now?
Oh, nothing. I was looking up some top 40s.
So some top 40 songs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna there's your new favorite thing, TikTok, is a 2000s challenge.
It's a 2000s challenge. Oof.
What was your is there a year that you would be able to just every top 40 you would be like, yep. Or is it every year?
It's every year because I can't get enough of new music. Like I can't inject it into my veins fast enough because of the writing thing. Like with writing 6 days a week, I have to listen to music. Therefore, I want it to be new, and I hear everything. So when you go through these little challenges, I probably know them all. Now, whether I like them is another story.
No, not liking them. Just there's a challenge of
yeah,
I'm not going to do it, but what they're
do
doing
it.
is
What
I'm not going to do it because we didn't set it up to play the different. So the challenge is you play a clip and you see how much of the words you know, which you wouldn't think that you did, but it just goes somewhere in your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in 2000 you probably heard it a million times on the radio, right? And you're just you don't think about it.
Do you have it in front of you?
I mean, I have lists.
Yeah.
Of the
pull up
top
one
40.
list. Yeah.
So top 40 from 2000.
Okay. I know exactly where I was. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, but that's a big deal too. When music comes
Yeah.
out, I know where I was, and
You
that's
have
a
to
big
think about,
that's a big part of it too because take 2000 for example. You're still listening to radio stations.
Yes.
There was no Spotify, there was no anything. So where you lived in the country had a lot to do with what you were listening to.
Yeah.
So
Breathe, Faith Hill.
oh yeah, dude.
You know this?
Fuck yeah.
Now I would ask you to sing a couple bars, but that's okay. Smooth, featuring Santana featuring.
Oh God, yeah.
Just like the.
Whistle move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if those are words, but anyway. Maria Maria, another Santana.
God
so remember
damn it,
that
man.
summer?
So he won. By the way, that year he won like 900 Grammys for this bullshit album that he did with like Matchbox 20 and all
Yes.
these like
Yeah.
guest people. Yeah.
So remember he had Smooth and then he had Maria Maria.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I Want to Know by Joe.
Oh yeah.
You know this?
Yes.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
I need a couple bars for that one.
Go ahead. Who else?
Everything You Want, Vertical Horizon. Say My Name, Destiny's Child. Say my name, say my name. There's no one in around you.
I
Say,
I
baby.
definitely know that one. The Vertical Horizon one. That is one of those ones where Jamie, who was that band
Everything
you popped
You
up?
Want. Yeah.
That it was just like, oh, you know exactly what this song is. Like, I know what that song is, and that was during that era where it was like, you had these like kind of shitty things that all sounded the
There's
same.
everything you want and there's
There's
everything you need. But there's some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that could have been
No,
90
no,
other
found.
artists at that exact time. You would have been like, all right, great. That
Yeah.
could have been Matchbox 20 for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. Say My Name.
Yeah.
I Knew I Loved You, Savage Garden. Do you remember Savage
yeah.
Garden? Oh, summer of Savage Garden, right? I Knew I Loved You, Savage Garden. Amazed, Lone Star.
Lone Star. That's a country
What?
group.
It's
Yeah.
country?
yeah.
Okay.
It's country.
Moving on. That was the year. Those were back in the day we were talking about Broettes. Do you remember when you would say like, what kind of music do you like? And everyone would say, everything but country. I like everything but country.
Yeah, people still say that.
I know, stupid.
I love country.
Bent, Matchbox 20,
There
or
it is.
MB20. Bent, I don't remember. He Wasn't Man Enough, Tony Braxton. Higher, Creed.
Oh,
Oh,
can you take me higher?
Try Again, Aaliyah. Thong Song.
Cisco, yeah.
Bitch, I'm not even going to sing it.
Oof.
Kryptonite, Three Doors Down. Now, I know it. If I heard it, I would probably be able to sing every word, right?
Three Doors Down is another one of those groups of Vertical Horizon, Matchbox 20.
Yes.
Fucking, like they all sounded the same, like collective soul. Like there's a
Yeah.
million of them you could pair together and you'd be like, you could feed that song to any one of those and have the same exact hit song for that.
Tonight. Dang, I don't know.
So this is a challenge on TikTok. What are they doing? Just picking years?
Yeah, so it's the 2000 song challenge. So it just it's like a loop that is made on TikTok of like just clips of song right after the other, and you have to see if you like know without listening to it first.
Right.
See if you can say like every word.
Oh, say the
Do you know what I
words
mean?
to it.
Where you're
Got
just
you.
like, oh my god, like I do know it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
And it wouldn't be a song like even Kryptonite. Like if it came up in a clip, I would probably be able to sing the words, right?
Yeah.
But just hearing it, you're like, with the band, I can't quite place it, right?
Yeah. TikTok is
What a Girl Wants, Christina Aguilera.
Aguilera.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I tried. Do you remember Macy Gray?
Yes. Which
Try to hang on.
you know my personal history with that, right?
I do. Something about heroin.
Yes. I worked in that was my first gig in LA. I was her personal assistant on the I Try video, and I had to stay in her hotel for 3 days and then do that entire shoot for that video. Yeah. So it was me, her hairstylist, and then like her best friend, and then she slept in another room in this like massive suite. What the fuck were we? Like the fucking Waldorf or something like that. I think it might have been the Pretty Woman Hotel. Either way,
Interesting.
I was like, I didn't understand why I had to sleep there. And then I understood the next day after day one of the shoot when they were pounding on the door and they were like, hey.
Sure.
And she had locked the door in the other room. I'm not going to get into her personal trouble. She was a pleasant lady.
Right.
And I enjoyed it paid a lot of money. And I enjoyed the gig. And it was really cool to see an unknown person, like knowing my love of music, the second I heard that song, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be like a fucking
Yeah.
worldwide smash hit. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. That
I mean,
thing
usually
blew
people
up.
like straight up
blew
on
up.
heroin aren't like mean. I mean, mean. Do you know what I mean?
What's that?
Usually people that are on heroin aren't like mean.
No. Look, and the heroin was a guess because I wasn't in that room.
Yeah.
Something was going on, but she was extremely pleasant. And yeah, man. And at the end of it, I remember the end of that shoot, it was like 3 days, right? So I spent literally 72 hours with her and her best friends. And I'm just this white dude in the fucking room. And she was like, can I have a ride back to my house? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Because we've been staying in this hotel. And I was like, I didn't think you lived here. Because I had to drive you to set from the hotel every day.
But you have a house around the corner?
She had a house in, like, off of like Reseda Boulevard. Like, you know that Reseda exit up the 101?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was off of there.
Oh, but that's like a little bit far. But yeah.
Well, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Residential neighborhood, no gates, no nothing. Like, you know, and it was just like, oh, I think she had 2 kids, and it was just like, oh,
I didn't
you're
know
just
that.
going back to your normal life. And it was weird because, again, not knowing the industry that well, I knew that song was going to be a gigantic smash hit, and I was just like, fuck, dude, she's just living in a normal house right now, like right down the street.
Yeah.
And it was strange, but it also gave me hope of like, oh, well, it is possible. If you create something cool and awesome and different and you're talented, like it really can happen. And that was my first, like,
it takes
one of my first
people
Hollywood gigs.
to like catch up to that. You know what I mean? Where like she
Yes.
could have been just like too weird.
Yeah, like
So it needed to be like at the exact right time for.
So I'll put it this way: there was still record stores then at the time. So
Yeah.
we went into the mall, and I was like, "Dude, it'd be really hilarious if you walked in and I just grabbed your record and started freaking out, right?" So we did it at Beverly Hills Mall, and it was awesome and whatever. But you could buy the record and all this shit.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were leaving on the car out, I was like, "I don't understand. Has this not been on the radio yet, or whatever?" And she goes, "It's just starting to get radio play, and this video is coming out like." 3 weeks, you know, and I was just like, oh my God.
There you go.
Yeah. And you were like, dude, this is all possible.
Yeah.
That's really funny, though. I haven't thought about that in fucking years, dude. Years. What else was big then?
We got what is it? Backstreet Boys, Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely, one of your faves.
Show me the meaning of being lonely.
Nailed it. I like to not sing the actual words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know?
Yeah.
Third Eye Blind.
Another group.
Come on.
Oh, come on. Which one was this?
Well,
was
never.
this Jumper?
No, Never Let You Go. I'll never let you go.
That came
I
out
fucking
before
love Third Eye
Jumper.
Blind.
When Jumper came out,
forget it.
Life-changing.
Forget
Life-changing.
it. Everclear. Wonderful.
Same, by the way.
Huge Everclear
Same
fan.
exact bands. Like you could give all of these bands the same songs and you're fine.
That's not fair.
It is.
That's not fair.
It is.
The others.
Remember, wait, not to interrupt, but remember when we went to Third Eye Blind like 2 years
and
ago?
they fucking killed it, and
Just
they're
to
awesome.
do it.
And you were
Just
like,
to
dude,
do it.
yeah. But you turned to me and you're like, I get it. And I was like, told you.
So we went.
They fucking killed
We live
it.
in a small town. Wilmington's a small town. It's 150,000 people.
Oh
right?
shit! Not to interrupt. Big,
Go ahead.
Big pimpin'.
Oh, was that Jay-Z? Yeah. Goddamn right. Fuck that video. Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
So Third Eye Blind comes to tiny ass Wilmington, and we were like, huh? That place held like maybe, I don't know, 800 people.
Not a lot.
Yeah. Not even that, probably.
No.
And you could buy like VIP, which was like a table that overlooked the band for like $40.
Sure.
A ticket. And I was like, oh,
Sure.
we had waitresses or something. And I was like,
And then
yeah.
also just everyone could also come up there. So it wasn't really VIP, but they definitely charged us for it.
Anywho,
We're like, hello.
I went into that night thinking this is going to be a hilarious joke and, you know, I'll have a few drinks.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And you're like, oh, God, okay.
Then I got sucked into the magic of Third Eye Blind.
Magic.
And then at the like mid-show, he just goes, the lead singer, he just goes, we never play venues this small, but, we're here for you. And I was like, really, motherfucker?
Fuck you, bro.
Do you not? But they crushed.
They crushed.
They absolutely killed it.
He looked great, as usual.
Steven? Was his name Steven?
You know what? We'll just say yes. How about that?
Oh, fuck.
Train Meet Virginia. My gosh, 2000s really were
I love Train.
such a formative.
They're all the same bands. Every single band you just named
Now you need
is
to
identical.
stop. You really need to stop because that's not fair to Train. It's not fair to Third Eye Blind. It's not fair to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to stop with that. Forgot about Dre.
Yeah. That should be number one, by the way. So in Los Angeles at that time, I heard that song every 10 seconds on the radio. And it's the greatest. Whenever I hear the opening to that song today,
Yeah.
still, I think of Training Day too, where it's just like going up. It's one of the greatest rap songs of all time. I love Forgot About Dre. Are you talking about, is this Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other one then.
What?
Still Dre was the other one I'm thinking of.
The Chronic?
Yeah, that was the year before.
Yeah.
That was in 99. But then Eminem came out the year after. Both of those songs I fucking love. And yeah, man, those guys were at the heights right there.
Oh, yes.
Now Eminem is just fucking weird to me.
Now, one last one. Lil Bow Wow, Bounce With Me. Is that what I'm thinking?
That's exactly what you're thinking.
Bounce with me,
Yeah.
with me. Yeah, okay, perfect. Then I love it. Gosh, the 2000s.
Kind of boring. Besides, I think
What
that
are
was
you talking about? Y2K?
didn't happen.
Y2K
I feel like
was the most exciting time
I
ever.
feel like the coronavirus is our new Y2K, where it's just like, is this real? Do we really fucking care about this shit?
Interessant. There's people still living in the woods from Y2K,
they don't know.
that don't know.
They don't know. They have no idea what happened. No idea. You know who's going to tell them, though? Greta Thunberg tonight. It's going to tell them what happened.
Greta Thunberg.
So the TikTok thing, you've been giving me shit about this the last few days.
What?
No, that all these things are coming off of TikTok. I'm not disagreeing with you and saying you're incorrect in that assessment. I'm just saying, as a grown-up, it is really hard for me to get behind a TikTok thing. Even, like, I posted something on an Instagram story, and you were like, it's TikTok. And I was like, that video could have been anywhere. It should have been anywhere. Like, that's a grown man that should have been on Instagram. Keep TikTok for children. Keep Instagram for adults. There's got to be age limits on it.
It's the new Vine. So there's certain, like,
sort of, but you
things
can
that-
do a minute. Like, Vine was limited to, how many seconds was that? 7?
7?
7
no.
or 9? Yeah, it was 7, I think, right?
Right? It was something crazy short.
Alec, did you never watch Vine?
I watched it for like a year, but it became really stupid. The only reason
Yeah, I think it's like 7 seconds on that. So, you know,
Yeah, around 6
hammer
seconds.
the like booking, hammer the like button on YouTube so we can beat the algorithm. Fire away right now. But yeah, man, like Vine was 6 seconds. So you were limited to that, and it cut you off. Instagram used to be the same way. Remember, it started off at like 15, and then 30, then a minute. Now you can put a fucking hour-long clip on there if you want.
I don't think you can.
Yes,
but
you can. Yeah, Instagram
And it
TV.
goes an hour?
Yeah, it goes an hour. So anything under an hour. I tried to put Pool
There
Boy
you
up
go.
on there the other night, just for people who were bored, and they were like, "You can't go over an hour," and I was like,
okay.
"Oh,
Well,
but
there
I
you
can go an hour now." Like, gee, we could probably put a whole podcast on Instagram TV.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was asking. Me and
And
an
who?
hour. Me and Tiffany were talking about it because we're just like, maybe try and put our shit somewhere else too.
Why not?
But yeah, I guess it's an hour.
Pop it up on Facebook. Pop it up anywhere. I don't give
People
a shit.
don't. So what we're hearing though is people don't watch IGTV for longer than 5 minutes.
It's true.
So and 5
That's a
minutes is
correct
like
assessment.
really pushing it.
It's funny, man. The way that this is all gone, like, is everybody's looking for long form content, including Facebook, and they're trying to monetize it or whatever. Problem is this: I can't log into Facebook on a streaming app and just pop up whatever I want.
Yeah.
Can't do that with Instagram TV as well.
Right. So until that
YouTube
happens,
YouTube is not only on everybody's, smart TVs, but it's built into everybody's cable now. So like,
Yeah.
Dish, we have Dish, and YouTube is on there. It's a channel, And
For
it's just
sure.
like, all right, cool. So that's kind of where our videos are at now. The one that was always a mystery to me was Vimeo. They have the best quality, hands down, of everyone. So everybody in LA uses Vimeo for like, this
For
is
sure.
my director reel and everything else, because the quality is unmatched. Why they weren't able to capitalize off of that and make that a streaming app on television all these years is a fucking mystery to me.
It just didn't go. There was something that
It was that.
it just wasn't real user friendly, right?
No, definitely wasn't.
And but yeah, people in the industry always used it.
It's-
Like if
it's
I
the
was going to get
cleanest quality.
something from somebody, it'd be Vimeo. Yeah.
Every screener I ever had to send out for anything always went through Vimeo because it was the highest quality, and it was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then you can see who's watching it, so it was like, ooh, that's a fun little game, you know.
Ooh, fuck you.
My buddy Klain, who had a movie, The Killing of Two Lovers, which I don't want to jump the gun, but I think it already got it got distribution, so it should be out this fall. But we're gonna have him on the show. He was saying, he was just like, hey man, I'll send you the screener, like it's on Vimeo, obviously, or whatever. And he goes, when they were up for Sundance to try to get into Sundance, which they did, he goes, hey man, this has like 78 views, and only the people from like Sundance have watched it. And I was like, oh, you're probably in that at this point because it's private, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, if that many people are watching it behind the scenes,
Yeah.
For
sure.
Real quick before we get to the sponsors, somebody had hit me up on like a message and said, I'm watching this Zion Williamson lawsuit shake out, the superstar basketball player.
Yeah. What happened?
He's getting sued for $100 million by an agent, by a former agent. I know this story behind the scenes, and I'll give it to you. Whoever messaged me, I said I would talk about it today. The whole thing with Zion, because he's supposed to be the next, LeBron-esque type of player or everything else. He's signed with an agent out of college, like right out of college, a really good, great, reputable agency who signs a lot of these North Carolina Duke players out of North Carolina. And then CAA Hollywood agency. Those dirtbags got in the mix. And they said, hey, man, we'll buy you out of this contract because your lifetime sales, if you are as good as LeBron or Jordan, is going to be in the billions. So we'll eat this fucking $100 million lawsuit and try to settle, essentially, this down. That's what happened. It was just dirtbag Hollywood agents that got in there, got him to sign elsewhere. But he did sign that fucking contract behind the scenes. I heard that, and they were just like, great, we'll sacrifice, let's say half of that at $50 million, right? For $1 billion athlete over time.
Right.
It's probably worth it. And CAA doesn't give a shit. Those fucking dirtbags, dude. Yeah. They sat the family down and were like, great, let's eat the fucking lawsuit. And that's what's going to happen with that. It's going to shake out with some behind-the-scenes settlement. You'll never know what it is, and then CAA will rep him and, try to make him a fucking global brand, I guess. So that's that. So to the people who are writing in about that, that was the real story. If anybody tells you differently, it's not true. Because they're trying to make him or this agency look like they're the bad guys, and it was just like, no, they got fucked over by Hollywood in this one.
Sure.
So I feel bad because it's just like, man, those are normal people,
Yeah.
We got some sponsors though that pay for this whole shit wagon to be on the air. Speaking of sponsorships, Jabes, you're worth $1 billion in my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks so much.
And I'd try to steal you away from someone else if I could.
Thanks.
First and foremost, talking about ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 25% off everything in the store still for the quarantine. The quarantine's got us. And 2 free pillows, Jabes. And as always, the 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest, is still there and applicable with everything we got. So, fucking A.
It's amazing.
Ghost Bed's really doing it, aren't they?
They really are. They're really taking care of you.
Love them, dude. I love these fucking guys.
And you can go 36-month pay as you go.
Yes.
Right now. Until we figure all this shit out. I think it's the way to go. Get comfy and cozy.
It is, yeah. Yeah, for like $25 a
without
month.
paying a shit ton of money. But
Crazy, right? It seems like they shouldn't be doing it, but they are. Woo! Sleep's so good, it's scary, Jabes. Next up, we got ExpressVPN.com /revolution. Jabes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look, everybody needs a VPN in this life. You can't get around it now. You're trying to get hacked left and right. And then every other fucking job is trying to keep you out of sites. Like, no, that's not really a thing anymore. So you can just get a VPN for $7 a month. If you sign up for a year, you get 3 months for free. Go to expressvpn.com /revolution today and get it, man. Everybody's trying to hack in your shit. I keep getting these weird fucking emails that are like with real PayPal things.
Dude, I got that too. That's not right?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't. I always worry, though, that I'm, like, not paying something. Because I'm just, like, I think everything's a scam. So I'm like, whatever, Spectrum.
iTunes,
and then the
so
internet
I'm getting fake PayPal ones, fake iTunes ones, or whatever.
Yeah.
And ExpressVPN is, like, shifting it somewhere else where it's just like, hey, man. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So don't fall for any of that stupid shit. Or send us 1/18 of a Bitcoin for your masturbation videos. Like, none of that's real. None of it.
I mean, you sent it, but...
Actually, I sent the guy a masturbation video, and I was like, please, use
please.
this one.
Yeah.
Don't use the other one. Yeah, I was going through a weird
I look
phase
way
there.
better in this one.
I was going through a weird car crash kink at the time. Please don't send that video out.
You sent him a bunch. Oh, no, I'm not going to send you Bitcoin, but I'll do you one better.
I'm going to send
I'll
you
actually send you masturbation
800
videos.
masturbation videos. So.
That I've already put up online.
Yes.
So.
But now, if you could promote them for me, that would be great.
A good rock.
Go to expressvpn.com /revolution today. Sign up. Next up, we got manscaped.com.
Ooh, this is a big one.
Yes. We were watching the UFC fights last night. And there's a giant Manscaped logo in the ring. Everybody hit me up and was just like, yo, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, I told you. They're a massive company.
Yes. And
they have the best, what would you say, pubic hair trimming products in the biz.
I wouldn't say it, but you can. Yeah.
Their slogan is literally, your balls will thank you. So I'm not really sure what else to say besides that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a man and or woman in this life, all you need is one kit, and that's it. Shave up your pubes, everything, taints, balls,
slap
dicks,
on
vaginas.
Some ball cologne,
yes,
which is actually what it's called.
It's called ball cologne right afterwards. So it is one of the best products that I never knew I needed. Now that I have it, I'm like, I'll sing their praises forever.
Can't live without it.
No. Go to manscaped.com. Promo code REVOLUTION gets you 20% off. Just get the kit. I promise you. It's everything you need. And it's classy. Like, you can leave it on the counter and be like, oh, shit, what is that? Shave my balls with that. Dope, man. It looks like it's made from fucking gold.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome. manscaped.com. Manscaped.com. Promo code REVOLUTION. 20% off. Last but not least, StrikeForceEnergy.com. James.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
Shabloinkers, Shabes. 4 amazing flavors at Strikeforce.
To get you through the quarantine, quarantine days, the day drinking.
It's the only thing that I'm using these days.
Put a little pep in your step when you're depressed and on the verge of a breakdown.
You got it in here, brother. Cheers to you, kings and queens. Cheers to you. Chucky, grab me my skull. I need to drink my wine out of my monkey skull, Chucky. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. You want to live on this level, or you can just live in a ditch. Your call. You can be this high, or you can be this low, Michelle Obama. But I'm going higher. Can you take me out? Oh, Creed, brother. TikTok on that motherfucking watch, dude. Buy some Strikeforce right now.
What are you fucking talking about, dude?
TikTok, dude. You got to get some energy going here. Everybody does. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off, and they got a fucking subscription on that bitch. They got a subscription on it, James. How do you feel about that?
Subscription?
Yeah.
I feel good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like we're on 2 different shows?
Maybe. I just got blocked on Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean blocked? by someone or just in
no.
general?
So with Twitter, I've always said the same thing of like, with all these sites, TikTok included, like TikTok is going down, by the way. There's no way that'll last for more than, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Here's why. It is copyright issues. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's all famous music that the artists aren't getting paid for, right?
Yeah.
No, they're not,
I
right?
guess. I don't know. Like, a lot of them release it to TikTok or they get famous from TikTok, whether they're famous or not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of artists that have gotten famous, literally you've never heard them before, from TikTok.
Yeah.
It's almost like a SoundCloud rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
So, yes and no. But, yeah.
So it says your account has been locked because Twitter received a complaint. Digital Millennium Copyright Act notice for content posted on your Twitter account under DMCA, the copyright owners. I don't know who that is.
What'd you do?
No. It says I'm using some form of.
I mean, but what was the?
That's what I'm gonna do it right now live on air, because if this is starting now for Twitter. This is what happened to YouTube back in the day. You know that, right? Like, all of those copyright issues forced them to change their site. They lost a fuck ton of money, and they ended up selling to Google because of it. So it says you can unlock it now. You can reread a copyright policy. I don't know who that is. DMCA. And then you say, hey, man, you keep clicking it, and it'll let you go through if you agree with whatever their copyright is. The problem with that, like, I clicked like 4 buttons, and it's done. Either somebody's trying to monetize it, or...
Was it a song? Like, what did you put up?
It is digital content was all it says. So you press 5 buttons, and you accept the copyright, and it lets you keep going. If Twitter is now doing that now, everyone else will follow. Have you ever gotten anything from Instagram? Posted anything from Instagram with a song?
Yeah. One time when I posted you and Dan for our anniversary, I did a nice little montage of just you and Dan having the year of your life together, eating at restaurants, going to games, hugging, like, and I think I put it to Freebird and it got taken down.
Yeah. So there's certain songs
but like some
and
people could
copyrights.
still see it.
Exactly.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah. So if that's happening now to Twitter, good luck. My question is, like, who owns the porn? And could porn sites do it? This was a big thing back in the day with the Kim Kardashian tape, where, well, a lot of these celebrity sex tapes, the Farrah Abraham chick and some other ones, where I think it was Vivid that owned those. And everywhere these were popping up, they would get a copyright notice. And I talked to the head of Vivid one time, Stephen Hirsch is the guy's name. And I said, what do you do with this? And he goes, it's like whack-a-mole. He goes, if you looked at my email, I'm just every morning I'm trying to take this down from 900 sites.
Yeah, you'll never get it fully
Get
down.
it fully down. For whoever's doing YouTube though is get it locked in.
Well, they have millions, and they have algorithms.
10 seconds up, but why doesn't everybody else have those algorithms?
Because it's very problematic, and YouTube has to deal with a lot of shit because of it.
Oof.
So you can do that, but you better have the people to back it up once someone writes in and is like, dude, that's my song, or dude, what are you talking about, or dude, I just said gun in reference to someone else using one, or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to have the infrastructure to take care of that kind of stuff.
We're going to get censored in everything eventually.
Yeah.
Every single thing we do and or say. You're going to have to go back to olden times on a fucking soapbox or in the back of a wagon to tell your story out to the people. Hey, kids.
Yeah.
Here's what it used to be like during free speech. With a megaphone and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because all of this is going to get taken down.
Yeah.
The story I was looking for was pretty goddamn simple, to be honest with you. It was weird celebrity encounters. Everybody's talking about today on Twitter. Because we're at the end of conversations, life, content, movies, TV shows, everything. So now everybody's like, who was your weirdest celebrity encounter? And these weird things will, like, kind of trigger every, once a week, where you're just like, oh, well, shit, this was so-and-so. You know what the most popular one today was?
What?
Diane Keaton.
Weird. Well, I heard she's a fun little weirdo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What have
I
you
heard
heard?
she's a queen. Well, her Instagram's hilarious.
Is it really?
Yeah, she's actually like super weird, and you can't
Diane
tell.
Keaton?
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah, kind of like a kooky, neurotic older lady,
Mhm.
but I think she's in on the joke, and it's really, really funny. And she's actually like a fashion queen, and like I don't know.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, so she.
Her name popped up on this, and I was trying to think about it.
I think that would be an interesting run-in because she would probably make it interesting. Do you know what I mean?
So thinking about it, now that it's out in the world,
Right.
who was yours?
Weirdest one?
Yeah, who was the weirdest one?
Weirdest celebrity run-in.
Encounter for you, yeah.
I mean,
Non-Hollywood, like you weren't working, in the industry or in a movie or something like.
Yeah. I've never even worked with a celebrity before, so that would not be an issue. So, because I was the biggest celebrity on the
Yeah,
shoot.
of course.
It was a guy from Mad TV.
Mad TV.
He was also in the
Will
Office
Sasso?
Space. He played Michael Bolton in Office Space.
Oh, I didn't know he was on Mad TV before.
Yeah, that's where he started.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
So where were you and what happened?
So we were at this bar in, I think it was like sort of like Silver Lake area over there, and underage. We were hanging out, and he just like started hanging out with us. I think he was married at this time, but he clearly was like out on the town
Trolling.
to get wasted, not to hook up, but to
Okay.
just like get wasted and have fun and have someone recognize him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you
Okay.
could kind of tell that he was kind of like needing a little fix. Sometimes these celebrities come down from their mountain to like
Yeah.
make sure that people still recognize him.
Mhm.
So I think that's what he was doing, and we just got wasted and played like one Barry Manilow song over and over. Like we put like $20 in and played the same song over and over.
Really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
because we were like, "We'll do it," and he was like, "Okay."
That's really, really funny.
And we just like partied, and it was weird.
What was the end result? What happened at the end of the night?
I can't remember. I think we left
Did you hook
because
up
he
with him?
was because he
alright.
was older at that time.
Right.
To us.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
He was probably not even that old, but to us it was like, yeah, we'll fucking hang out with him for a while. And when you're underage and in a bar, you feel like you're the coolest person in the world.
Yeah.
And so like I'm sure there was part of us, like me and my girlfriends, that were just like, we're good, we're gonna go. Do you know what I mean? Which is so ridiculous because we probably could have had like a crazy fun Coke-filled night. I'm sure there was Coke involved on his side.
Sure. Of course.
But yeah, and then Caitlyn Jenner.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was that?
Starbucks in Malibu.
What are you doing in Malibu?
What do you mean, what am I doing in Malibu? It's right next to Ventura.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
literally
you take
you're
the back
going,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to have a nice drive to LA from
Yes,
Ventura
it is
and
very
not a fucking
beautiful.
piece of shit
Yeah.
405 or whatever, you take the PCH and then you stop at that one Starbucks where there's like that ranch market and then the Starbucks.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And there she was.
Gorgeous drive. They're not open for the next 9 years, California. So.
No, but
You could probably
tall,
jog on it today on the PCH.
Amazon, striking, not ugly, like looked really good.
Huh.
To be honest, the boobs were great. She got them big.
Really?
Yeah, but she's a bigger person. I mean, literally,
It's fucking Bruce
striking.
Jenner. It's Bruce Jenner. Dude.
Exactly,
It's
but
Bruce.
like, but very skinny. So she's like, I don't know. It was a striking. She was standing right behind me.
It sounds like you want to fucking bang her.
No, but I just didn't think. I thought if I saw her in person, it would be like, oh, that's a fucking dude.
Yeah.
Hear him talk.
Yeah.
Then you hear him talk because someone comes out.
Man.
Someone came out from behind the counter, came past me, which I was in front of her in line, came past me and got her order.
And just said, "Hey, Josie." And it was Caitlyn Jenner.
No. I'm saying the person behind the counter.
Yeah.
Like, we're in a line.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner's behind me.
Yeah.
There's two people in front of me.
Sure.
The person behind the counter passes everyone in line, goes to her, and gets her order.
Really?
Yes. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? And she's like, something was going on because she was like, oh, I'm all right, you know, like getting through it or something like that. I can't remember what kind of shit was going on with the Kardashians at that time, but getting through it.
Yeah. No.
But that was a weird one only because I don't think I'll ever be that close to her again.
You never know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger came into the Gold's Gym that I was working out in Venice.
Was that during Range 15?
Must have been. Is that where our that's where our thing was? Yeah. So I was working out there. He just rolls in, very short. He's a short guy, actually.
Yeah.
Rolls in, starts working out.
Bumps. He's got to get his bumps in.
And, like, could not fucking work out because everyone was trying to take pictures with him.
Yeah.
But that was another one where you could tell he was going in there to make sure
he's still famous. Yeah.
Because you don't go in there with two other jacked up guys to, like, actually work out.
Yeah.
You live there.
You got to do a fame check.
You got to do a fame check.
Yeah.
So I encounter these people during their fame checks, which is good for me because they want you to recognize them, right?
Yeah.
All right,
And
what's
you're all
yours?
in.
And you only get to tell one.
You're all in on that. No, because look, I've done like a gajillion movies at this point, but like, I'm trying to think of two that are non-movie related. I think the first one was Soleil Moonfry, Punky Brewster.
Oh yeah.
I was
Hot to trot.
20. I was in grad school, and I saw her at a bar in like New Jersey, like that. I was like, oh, you're on Beach Haven, and I was like, oh.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, on Long Beach Island. And I was like, the fuck, you're here? So that was a weird one. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I was like, yeah, Punky Brewster, fucking A.
Right.
Still got it, by the way.
Oh yeah.
P. Brewster still got it.
Classically, she's got
Yeah, and she Randy Gerbered her whole sitch. She's got a husband who's, because I met her husband years later. I met both of them years later. Like
a businessman.
Yes, and he owns like a ton of bars and restaurants in
That's
LA.
the way to go.
I know, and they're remaking Punky Brewster right now.
Yes.
With her in it.
She's probably like mom, something like this.
Whatever,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
The kid's gonna be Punky, you know.
I think it's gonna be a boy.
She'll be
and
alt left.
He's Mexican.
She'll be alt left Brewster, and you know, the kid might be a little punky.
No, they are putting a twist on it of some sort, and I can't remember which one it is.
Of course they are.
Which twist they're putting on it, I can't remember.
Nothing was more depressing than seeing, was it Neve Campbell last night? I'm talking about Party of Five.
I know.
And they were
Love
like,
to see a reunion. Oh, they're already doing
Oh,
one.
they've already remade it where
Yeah.
it's a Mexican family who's trapped at the border in cages.
No, their parents got deported, whereas in the first one, their parents died in a plane crash.
Yeah. I want to know that. I don't want to see the whole, why is America doing this? And that's one of the lines in the reboot, by the way.
By the way, everyone from that show looks pretty much the exact same.
Yes. They look
so
amazing.
You could plug that right back in.
Scott Wolf looks amazing. He's on
The only one that looks bad
Nancy
is
Drew on CW.
Owen,
I don't know who that is.
the baby.
Baby.
He actually looks the worst. No, I'm just joking. I think it's twins. It's always twins, right?
Twins. It is twins.
They have to have twins so that they can work them to the bone.
Yep. Exactly. Still get away with it.
And
legally.
And give him drugs. Remember Owen in that show?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
What baby does that all the time?
They had to drug him up, dude. Give him a little
Had to.
NyQuil during the daytime.
Had to.
The other weird celebrity encounter was Woody Harrelson.
No fair.
Yeah.
That's a dream of mine.
We were at a Dave Matthews concert, and I was with Klein, and we had like crazy seats because his agent was he shares the same agent with Dave Matthews.
Oh, okay.
We had like first row at the Hollywood Bowl, and there was seats, so you couldn't just people just couldn't just pop in, you know, because you had an assigned seat. And
right.
I get this tap on the shoulder from the security guard, and he goes, "Hey, man, I got a couple dudes that need to stand next to you because you guys are standing anyways. Do you mind?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "I mean, I guess not." But I was like, "Who the fuck is it? Because you don't do this for anybody." I was like, "Somebody grease you, you know? Somebody pay you a little quiche?
Yeah,
get some strangers down here." I was like, "I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. We're all hammered and having a good time." And he goes, "No, I think you'll know who it is." And so I turned back, and it was Woody Harrelson. And I was like, oh, shit.
Was he chill as fuck?
Of course. I didn't talk to him. He
Oof.
he was wasted. Him and I think it was his brother. Either
Good
way.
for them.
Wasted, cool, dancing the whole time, danced the entire show, and then just bounced. And that was it. And you were just like, oh, man, that was fucking weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. Didn't say one word to us or whatever. More than just like one of those Woody Harrelson smiles, you know? Like,
yeah,
hey.
yeah.
And that was it. And you were like, all right, that's weird. But he's as exactly weird as I thought he was. So
And then my Chuck Norris story, too.
that's right. Jessie has a picture with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should post that as well. I think I have in the past. Do you have an actual picture with Chuck? Chuckles?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my mom. She has a bunch of stuff that he signed.
Yeah, I've seen the signed stuff, but I didn't know if you
yeah.
guys got a pic together. And if you were aware, ooh.
And Busey was there, too, but I didn't realize at the time.
Gary Busey?
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize at the time that Busey was sweet. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
Busey, before all the craziness, was
Before
like
the
an
accident.
action, you know,
before
kind of
his accident?
Jean-Claude Van Damme type of guy.
He was an Oscar-nominated actor before his
sure.
accident. And everybody asked what happened to him. He got like 30% of his brain taken out after this motorcycle accident. That's the Busey you know today, but that was in like, I don't know, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
But he was great then, yeah. You didn't know him from Point Break or anything?
I don't know. I didn't think of him in the same way that we thought of Chuck Norris. I mean, we were all just like, oh my fucking God. Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't even think of the people that he was with.
Yeah. Chuck Norris is a sweet one.
That is a sweet one.
If you can bust out a Chuck Norris photo, you kind of win at life.
Yeah, I would.
You know what's weird? Chuck Norris actually has a photo of you. You don't know it right now.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, boom.
That would be amazing.
Boom, boom. It would be awesome if when Chuck Norris died, he just posted a picture of you and him on Instagram, and it was just like, oh, shit, like a family member.
What a
and they were
dream.
like,
It was like
wow.
his best encounter. It was the best karate he's ever seen
Probably.
by a young, blonde, white girl.
One would imagine, right?
The bar's pretty low on that one.
Rent's really low.
Yeah.
Really low. I wonder what he did back in the day.
What do you mean?
He's a guy that I don't know anything about, like
What do you mean?
at all. Like Stallone, right? So there was a group of those guys that you can all lump together. Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris, like all of the action stars from the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Where I had heard all the dirtbag stories about everyone, and they were exactly what I hoped they were.
Yeah.
About those people at that time, and that's when you could do shit and nobody was PC about anything and
Right.
whatever. Everybody was just sucking dicks and it was rad. Now you can't do that. I never heard one real life Chuck Norris story. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he's kids. I know nothing about Chuck Norris.
Well, I know when we saw him, I had to fact check this, but like he for real was like martial arts guy before he even did acting or anything.
Oh, yeah.
He was like Air Force, martial arts. So he was one of those people that was like a for real badass before he played one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
He's had 2 marriages.
2 marriages
He has 5 kids.
and 5 kids. Okay.
And he's still married right now to the lady he married in 1998.
Still married since 1998. So he's got a 22-year marriage. I
Not
think at that
bad.
point on the second wife, most of those dudes end up like that because they get too fucking old, and it's like you're not going to the. Yeah, he's 80. Yeah, he's not going to the bars at fucking 80. Although he could.
Oh, he could.
Like Chuck, you still show up at Chuck Norris. You're getting your dick sucked that night. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter who it is. Everybody just wants a sweet Chuck Norris story of like, oh my God, I used to blow Chuck Norris at a fucking Carrabba's. You know?
Right.
So he could still do it, but he's 80 years old.
Yeah.
And I heard the only thing I've heard recently about him is that he's purposely kind of stayed out of the limelight because he's 80 years old and he doesn't want people to not remember him as badass Chuck Norris. They have backed up the truck and paid him for a couple of commercials. But I remember asking a casting director a couple years ago, I was for Range 15. I was like, hey, man, any shot at Chuck Norris in this one? They were like, no.
No, really?
And I was like, what's the dollar amount? And they're like, there isn't one. He's just not going to do
way.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I go, why is
He
that?
does he's got that total body gym money.
Now that money is that's some real
Bing,
quiche,
bing,
if you know
bing.
what I'm saying. So
Sure, I do.
Chuckles is fine. He's getting this. I can't call him Chuckles.
No. He can call you Chuckles
Maybe.
before he beats your ass.
At 80,
Ooh, at 80.
I don't think so. Not at 80.
Yeah. Chuck Norris?
At 80.
Do you remember the Chuck Norris stuff?
80, 80. Yeah, it's still alive to this day.
Yeah.
And when he dies, that meme will become bigger than ever. Like
Exactly.
it really will.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris knew he was going to die today before you knew he was going to die. Like
Right.
things like that will go on forever and ever and ever, and that's Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to chat about today is this ObamaGate story is starting to gain some steam.
Okay.
And
I've
wonder,
seen a couple things on
I've
it.
seen a lot of it.
Oh.
And in the last 48 hours, I
Right.
would especially, this hashtag ObamaGate has been going on for ever. Like the last 2 days, like, well, not forever, but I mean, 2 days worth of shit. It seems like forever in today's news cycle.
Yeah.
And more info keeps coming up about it. And it was regarding that Flynn guy who got the case dismissed.
Yeah.
And it's what they're saying is in 2016 during the election that Obama, Comey, and some other, there's like 23 of them that are listed. I'll dig more into this story and we'll get into it, I think, on Drinkin Bros News today.
Probably, yeah.
But that's what they were saying was that Obama had everyone wiretapped regarding like this Russia collusion thing of like, oh, Russia's helping out the election. That was the only way that he could get these wiretaps is if he said it was coming from Russia and that it was affecting the country.
Right.
When really it wasn't, and it was just all a fake, made up dossier of like Trump hiring Russian prostitutes to piss in beds and things like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So now they're calling for like, hey, Trump got investigated. Now you should get investigated for this. And more people are coming forward about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what happens with this. Like, I'm real fucking curious about it.
Well, yeah.
Because I think, here's my honest guess on all of this, right? Looking at it before I start digging into it too far, because I don't want to go down a conspiracy hole if it's not real or truthful or whatever, right? Here's my honest opinion about that. Right before the election thing, I think when Trump started gaining steam during before the election, I think all of them were so shocked that they sat down, Obama, everybody across the board, Hillary, everybody, and just said, fuck, dude, is this real? Like, and how is this happening? And we need to find out more info on this guy because he's not a politician, so we can't use any political, bills or anything he signed against him. Like, we really have no way into this guy. Let's tap him and try to figure out what the fuck is going on here because it was just such a weird phenomenon that truthfully was the biggest political coup, I guess, in fucking U.S. history. Like, how does a reality star get into the White House?
Yeah.
For real. And I think yes, I think it was probably all illegal. But I think they were just trying to figure out what was going on and how to stop him because nothing stuck. Like, nothing stuck. The grab her by the pussy thing, all that other stuff, nothing sticks against this guy. And I think they were just genuinely trying to figure it out. I think where they got crossed up was trying to prosecute these people.
Right.
Like Flynn and these guys and going after this Russian collusion case that just didn't happen. I think they just pushed it too far where it was like, the Lance Armstrong thing where it was like, man, you won 8 Tour de France's. Why did you have to come back for that last ride?
So that's what I was going to say is because they are staying visible and starting to climb the ranks of like, she has her book.
Yeah.
He's going to have his book thing. They're just going to like start to dominate. I think people are kind of like, hey guys, we're gonna need
pull back.
to
I think if they
make sure that everything's
if they
good.
didn't go for the Mueller time, they didn't do the Bob Mueller investigation, that stupid shit, and then try to go for the impeachment and just try to ride it out and just go for a normal vote. in November of like, all right, here's our candidate. We're going to just try to win back the White House without doing this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this would exist today, this ObamaGate thing. Like, I think everybody would have forgotten about that. Of like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, you probably wiretapped him or whatever. It's the charges that happened against these people 2 years later and ruined them. Is that Flynn guy's bankrupt now?
Right.
The legal fees against that alone was millions and millions of dollars. He's bankrupt, and I think now people are like, all right, cool, man. You press the issue on this. We're going to go for this right now, and then you guys can figure it the fuck out in court. So that's my guess, but we'll look more into this before speaking on it.
Okay.
But yeah, look, a wiretap here and there probably would have been overlooked.
Sure.
It's when you start doing the other shit, and you're like, man, we were cool with the other thing.
We were cool.
We were cool with the wiretap, and nobody really knew about that. But then it's when you try to sue him in court and everything else. And again, it's what happened to Lance Armstrong.
Exactly.
Gotta know when to cut that off.
Happens to serial killers too, you know?
Yeah.
Or people that get away with one murder.
But serial killers want to be caught, James.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the people that like get away with one.
Okay.
The only person that hasn't struck again is OJ. Anyway.
Well, he was close.
To killing. So yeah.
Walking in with that loaded gun into that hotel room in Vegas, you know. He was close. God, he had so much restraint in that video in the hotel footage that I saw. I was like, man, you just didn't have that at Nicole's house, though, you know?
Yeah.
But you had a loaded gun. The other one was a knife. That was way harder.
Right.
This one, you're squeezing a trig. The other one, you had to knife up two people. It's a lot of work.
It was a passion killing.
Yeah. Try cutting up your Thanksgiving turkey this year if you haven't given it a shot. That's tough, let alone two humans who are trying to fight you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Not going to do a revolutionary figure today, obviously, but I got a message from a special listener's wife, Amy. This is going out to Craig Dulesky. It is his 30th birthday, I am told. Gregors, happy birthday.
Dulesky,
Yeah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
It's tomorrow, but we're gonna do it today, just in case shit goes wrong inside the studio and we have to pre-record an episode. You know, I want to give Craig a shout out now, live on air, while it is live, and be like, "Happy 30th, Craigers." You know what I'm saying? You earned it. Who are you giving shouts out to?
I'm gonna do the girls.
Yeah, to the ladies.
Rihanna, Danielle, what up, girl? What up? Kayla White. What do we got? Brittany C. as usual. What up?
Yeah.
What up, girl?
Yeah.
Brooke was here for a second, but she's watching the Natty. I don't know what that is.
The Natty. I think they're rerunning all the national championship games. Probably LSU.
You call it the Natty?
Everybody does, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's all the gals I got in here. What about you? Where's the dudes?
You know, I'm gonna.
We have the Danoff. We have
Big Dick
Julia.
Danoff is in here, and
Julia, what
Rick
up?
Ben and all these guys. AJ Gamble.
Nico.
Who we're grateful for. By the way, they started a private Ross Patterson Revolution Facebook page.
Love to see it. We want to bring people together. We want to start relationships. We want to have lifelong friendships.
Make a fucking baby on there. It's private. I'm not
Oh
going to
my
take down the
gosh,
video.
a revolution baby.
Yeah.
You will
Show us
name
the
it.
conception.
You will name it 1, 2, 3.
Jay
Jessie.
Whistles.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your own name.
No, I'm not
Interessant.
gonna.
You would
say
never.
That. No.
Yeah, you would never. If we know anything about you,
Here's
it's
the thing.
that you would never.
Because your name is Jessie, that way it fits a guy and a girl. You know?
Boom.
Mine, it doesn't. You can't name a girl Ross. Weird. David Schwimmer fucked that up if you're looking for answers. You know? Way to go, Schwimmer. Uncle
Sarah?
Juice. Uncle Juice.
Sarah Rhodes? What's up?
What up, girl? As always, please go to iTunes and rate the show a 5-star and just go give a quick review. That helps move it up the charts. Move it on up the charts. And Gregors, happy 30th, my man. Again, I know it's tomorrow, but in case the world ends, because there was another set of ambulances behind us about 2 minutes ago.
Right.
I want to get to it now, so it's live on air for everyone to enjoy. And now you're getting celebrated for 48 hours instead of 24. So how about that? How about that, Jabes?
Okay.
Can't wait for Thunberg tonight to change my life. I am actually going to watch that. That's real.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually going to watch
You should do.
the CNN town hall with Greta Thunberg
We have to watch all kinds of things.
from her Viking ship. I just want to know why.
No, I know. We have to watch the things.
it.
We can't talk shit about stuff
We watch
that
all
we
of
don't
it.
watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm going to watch this fucking thing tonight, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow.
We watched the Hillary doc.
Yeah, I
We
watched the
watched
Michelle Obama doc.
Becoming.
All of it. Look, it's not that I'm such a fucking closed-minded asshole that I won't
No,
listen
that's
and
not-
or watch
No,
anything.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we are on the front lines.
Yes.
Watching all the stuff
Yeah,
to
yeah.
report on all the things. Do you know what I mean? We don't only watch one thing or one channel.
If you want to take, all your mask that you're wearing and just burn it, set it up that just says Ross Patterson Revolution and light them on fire for us and take a video.
There you go.
Go ahead. That would be the most helpful thing for us to say thank you, I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. Thunberg changed my life tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Live from her little Viking ship. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.